Hi everybody, it's Diana with Stamping with Di. Welcome to my YouTube channel and this week's Di's Shorts. And I just pulled some stuff together. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet because I just wanted to play. I needed to get some cards made, so I thought we could do that together. So if you are new to my channel, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. My name is Diana, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm in Santan Valley, Arizona. So welcome. So during the video premiere, I am in the chat room, so you want to head on over there. That's where I'll be with my friends. If you're watching the replay, then leave a comment or a question below, and YouTube will let me know, and then I can reach out to you. So like I said, today I'm just gonna play around with some stuff and make a few cards, and I thought we could do that together. So let me spin my camera and we will get started. So close your eyes just for a second. Just pulled out a few things. I grabbed Simply Said, Not 29 Anymore is an upcoming one. And then I grabbed some Memory and More cards. These are the little bigger cards, and they hold the 4x6. And I also grabbed the Turtley Sweet sticker sheet, which is this. And I also grabbed, here's these envelopes. I also grabbed the Turtley Cute paper. So that's where I got these scenes from. You can see these scenes here. I just trimmed them out. And then here is the Turtley Sweet scrapbook kit. So that's where I got some of the paper from. And you can also get the sticker sheets from there as well. And I just thought I would play around with that today. Like I said, I don't know what I'm doing. In fact, I do know I need my little embossing buddy, so I'm just going to set that off to the side. So let's do just this one card really quick before I get to the other ones. And this is one of those scenes that come with that with the turtley, which one is it? Hang on a second. The Turtley Cute. So you get these scenes, and I just cut it to the 4x6, and then it fits right on that Memories and More. Excuse me. And I just want to make a quick little wedding card. So I'm just going to put these two. Now this is part of this paper. Like you have these little guys up front. So I just need to fussy cut out these two. And I'm just going to leave a border around them. I love the big glasses on him. It's got like John Lennon glasses kind of. Okay, so I am going to cut them apart, and then I can scooch them up together a little bit more on the card. But I thought this looked cute with the stage, like they come out before the wedding reception starts, and then everybody is like announcing Mr. and Mrs. Turtle, and then here she is. And then I'm just going to use a greeting out of one of these sets that I pulled. I love these little scenes that come with this designer series paper. Alright, so there she is. So I'm going to put her, let's see, do I want her in front of him? No, I want to go like this. So, you know, they're kind of touching, and her dress will be behind him. All right, and I'm just going to put this on with dimensionals. And then I thought I would use like a let's celebrate greeting. This little dress here, it kind of reminds me of, oh my gosh, what is that? Addams Family? You know how that lady's, because you don't see any feet, right? So it kind of almost gives me those vibes. I could even go like that, so her dress is a little over his foot. That might be cute. Let's see. I think I will. Then it kind of puts them together a little bit. There we go. They're just so adorable. All right, and then I have this, right? Like, let's celebrate. Okay. Now this is photopolymer, so it's easy peasy to stamp and see. And then I'll put it on another piece of paper so I can cut it out. I have scrap off to the side. My handy dandy little picture. Okay, so let's celebrate. And I could even, let's see, I also have these little pieces. And those are just little pieces that I have from when I cut cards. I always get these little strips. So I just keep them on hand. And look, that was perfect. And looks good. All right, so I'm just gonna fishtail. Now you can fishtail by going straight up in the center and then just bring your edges together. And it gives you a little fishtail like that. Now you could also, if you have a square punch, I'm looking, hold on. Okay, this is kind of square. Let's see if I can do this. See, this is why I said I don't have anything planned. Nope. Let's see if this will work. Hold on a second. That will, but it will put a hole. So I wonder what that would look like, actually. Let's see what that would look like. I have more of these scraps, if I don't like it. Oh my gosh! Look how cool that is! And you could actually use that like a tag. Is this even a current? I think this might be, is this leaving? Oh my gosh, Diana. I love how that looked. All right, so I need to do another one. So I'm going to do, because I kind of like that little hole there. And you could put ribbon in there, but I'm just going to leave it. It just kind of adds a little something, something. All right, so I'm going to do one on each side. So, punch. Oh, I screwed it up. Hang on. I gave it a double. I double punched it. All right, so hold on a second. Punch. And hopefully I'm giving myself room for my let's celebrate. Punch. Because that just looks so neat. All right. It almost reminds me we would make those holes before we'd put like a oh my gosh, what did we call it? Not a brad. They were like a reinforcer thing. What's an eyelet? Might have been an eyelet. I can't remember now. But we don't even have those anymore. All right, but doesn't that look cute? It just adds a little something, something. So we need to look up and see about this punch here. We need to see, because it is super cute, so it could be on the last chance. Because I think the stamp set I used the other day that had the house, the welcome, do I still have that out? I do. The humble home goes with this. So I hope I am not using something that is no longer available. All right, because I just grabbed it off my shelf, because I just thought, oh, what could I use? All right. So I'm just going to put that up there. I love that. Then you can kind of see behind there. And I'm just going to put some dimensions on there. But like I said, I'm just kind of flying by the seat of my pants today. If something works, that's good. If it doesn't, it's only paper, I always say. All right, so let's celebrate. Hopefully I'm putting that on in the center. That looks pretty good. And then we'll put that on our card. Okay. And then I'll wait and I'll decorate the inside later and put like a little, you know, personal note or whatever. Okay. But that looks so cute. Oh, isn't that cute? Da, 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 da. All right, so there's that one. All right, then I also have this little scene. And I want to see how this guy fits. So this is one of the sticker sheets. So he's kind of big, right? He's pretty big. But I'm going to trim him a little bit. So he's a sticker. So see what I mean? He is a sticker. Like he's sticky. So I'm going to take my embossing buddy. And you can get the embossing buddy with the embossing toolkit. And this just basically takes, it's just putting that powder. Just takes all the stickiness off. Because now I'm gonna trim it. It's not gonna stick to my sticker or my scissors. It does leave a little mess around on your desk though. All right, so it's not gonna stick to my scissors. This way I can cut this out a little bit. So I think he'll fit a little better on the card. But it's so cute because it's different. The little sticker sheets have different little turtles. So I'm just leaving a little white border. And it also will let me put dimensionals on there, and then it won't stick to the card. So I think I'm taking enough off of here. So he's not too big. And I'll go in there in between that other candle as well. I love to fussy cut. I know some people don't, but sometimes it's just fun to just sit and trim stuff out with your scissors. Even if you don't have any use for it at the time, you can just sit, you can have the TV on, maybe you're watching a movie you've seen 100 times, but you still like to sit and watch it, but you don't have to watch it like the whole time, right? You know the sound, you know when someone says a certain thing, you know, oh, I love this part, and you can look up. So I like doing stuff like that, you know, where I can sit, you know, I can be in the house with Jeff, because, you know, I would seem like I'm always in my studio, he's always in the house. So that way, you know, I can be in there with them. And I just sit with my scissors, and you just want to have a good light. I have a little chair with a really good light above it, and it's a good reading chair and a trimming chair. All right, so that looks better. It is a big cake, but still, it fits there much, much better now. So I'm going to put them over here. And let's see what greetings we have. Now I have, oh, see, look at free cake. What does that one say? What does that go with? I'm like, what does that go with? Free cake. Because you use a happy birthday free cake. I mean, I don't know about you, but I feel like you're not turning out. It's all fun and games to your talent. No, why is there older, but why is there a free cake? I have no idea. I'm going to do so many candles. So I'm going to do so many candles on the inside of the card. And then I'll try to figure it out. I'm sure it's right there in front of my head, because usually I could figure it out. All right, so many candles. Hopefully I did that straight. Let me put a little bit on here to see if it's straight. Ooh, I like that. That's a fun font. All right, now I'm going to trim myself a piece of cardstock. I just trimmed a 4x6. I'm going to go so many candles. I'm going to put that on the inside. I'm going to put it down here. So many candles. And what else do we have over here on our sticker sheet? We have a cake. So I'm going to put a cake right in there. And now I'm going to leave it as a sticker. I'm not going to take the sticky stuff off it. And now we have that cute little cake in there. So I can put that on the inside of the card. I'll have to get my Swiffer out and Swiffer up all of my embossing buddy powder. So I'm going to put that on the inside. So these are fun. And this just shows, like, you know, you don't have to be a scrapbooker to use the scrapbook kits. All right, so I'll put that on the front. Okay, and we'll get this little guy. Now I'm going to put him on with dimensionals. So he pops off that page. Let me trim. His arms are a little skinny. There we go. And I'll look and see what else I might want over here. I don't think I want anything else off of that. All right. So we have this guy hopping out of the cake. And then I want to do happy birthday. And that comes out of here too. Is it going to be too big? Hold on a second. Oh, I like this one. I like this one instead. Let's get this party started. Let me get a block here. It says, let's get this party started so I can be home by 9. Isn't that funny? Oh, I need a bigger block. Oh, I need a bigger block. That's the same size block, Diana. I need to empty a block. I've been working on my classes, so I have my blocks all stuff on them. All right, there we go. So let's see if that's good and inked. Since this is a new set, I'm just testing it. If it doesn't take the ink really well, then I usually stamp it in Versamark first, and it kind of gets the, if there's any kind of film. But this seems to be inking up pretty good. All right. I like this thing. It is so cute. Let's see. Do I have any? Let me look at my little handy dandy thing here. Let me bring this over. So I've got this little jar full of when I have like leftover embossing, dry embossing, I just put them in that little, oh, that will work, right? Okay. And I just stick them in there, and then I kind of grab those when I need a little. Now this is from Tags, so I apologize. I don't think this is available anymore. All right. And I'm going to go over here because I'm going to cut that edge off. I just want this stitching. But I love that. That sounds like me. I'm in bed usually pretty early anymore. And Winston is always like, I think it's bedtime. And then I don't go to sleep. You know, I'll watch TV, I'll read, but I just kind of shut down for the day. And so I said, let's get this party started so I can be home by 9 o'clock. All right, so I'm just going to put that here like that. And then I'm just going to trim. So I'm just going to use the side of the card as my guide, but I like having that stitch. I love any die that has stitching. And that looks so cute, doesn't it? And really simple little birthday card. Now what I am going to do is I have my envelopes over here, and I have scrap paper. Let's see here. I have some scrap paper out of my little tote over here. And it will match. It's kind of like a party paper. Hold on a second. I don't want to use that one necessarily. I might use this one because this kind of looks birthday-like, right? All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some green tip glue. Now I would trim this normally, but I'm being lazy right now. So I'm just going to put my green tip glue on my flap. Okay. And then I'm just going to lay this on here. And this way, it's only going to glue where it needs to glue, like where that glue is and on the flap. And then I'm not going to be wasting any paper. Like I cut some over here for another couple cards, and I just cut it a certain size, so I'm kind of wasting it a little bit. So this way, I'm not really wasting it. All right. And then all I do is close this pad, get that out of the way. That ink pad is like ready to get stuff on. And then all I have to do is just follow that along. And I'm just tracing my envelope. I might be going a little bit out, but that's okay. Now here I'll go like that. And now my envelope flap has a really fun little birthday kind of color to go with this cute little card. So that one's ready. And then I'll figure out what one to use for my bride and groom. All right, so let's see what else we got. I also cut out this one in the beach. So let's do the beach one. So we have our cute little beach. And we have a few. Now we have this girl, and she's fairly big too. So let's see if she's too big, because these are, you don't have to use them for scrapbooking, but they do come with the scrapbooking kit. So they assume, you know, you're doing a 12 by 12 page. So let's see. So see, that's kind of big, but we're going to go with it. We're going to go with it anyways. We're just going to make it work. All right, so I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put my embossing buddy. I should do it in the tray. Hold on a second. It has a tray. See, it has this little tray. Tongs. Look at this mess. But at least it keeps that mess in here instead of all over my desk. That's probably why we have the tray, right? And then I can take it to the laundry sink and wash it out. But it's great for if you're sorting beads and stuff like that. This is a great little tray for things like that. All right. That's good. So I'm just going to rub it on my shorts, get all the extra doodads off of it. All right. There we go. Now I'm going to do the same thing as I did before, and I'm going to trim. I'm going to trim her a little bit. And what I'll end up doing is I'll probably trim the tree down a tad. But let's see how much we can get rid of by just trimming it. Now, if the card went vertical, she would fit, but my scene goes horizontal. So you could trim your scene and add some more, you could add stuff on the bottom, you know. So it would give you a little more length on your card. You could add a little something to the top. But I'm just gonna trim, and I'll make this work. I love these coconuts. They're just so cute. They're like, they even have like the hair on them. And I think I told you that the girl that drew my Darling Dino set is the same girl that drew this cute, turtly, awesome, turtly cute bundle. Her name was Amelia. And I loved listening to how she came up with the little turtles, but look how fun. The sunglasses, she's got her sunburn with her little pink arms, which I never even noticed till I listened to Amelia talking about how she came up with the set. Even the little towel, you can see little hairs sticking out on the towel. Just all the little tiny extras. She was a doll to work with when I did my stamp set. All right, so let's see how much space this has given us by trimming that. So not a whole lot, but you can still tell that it's a tree, right? So I'm still going to put her on here. And then I'm just going to have the tree actually go out of the card a little bit. so we don't lose all of it. Let me trim some more of my dimensionals here. Let's figure what greeting we're going to put on here. And here. I have so many of these cute scrapbook kits that I really need to sit and make them. So if you have not signed up for the virtual scrapbook, you want to definitely do that, because I'm just going to be doing a lot of scrapbooks that I have been waiting to do. All right, so I'm going to put her on there. Now I'm going to put her down a little bit so that I will, like, her feet have gone off the card just a tad, but they will stay within the main card. All right, oop, I got a little dimensional somewhere stuck to my table. All right, so our main card, I usually get my ends, try to keep my ends together, because then it keeps it scoring good. All right, so I'm gonna put this on the card, because you've got that border around the card. Because I trimmed these 4 by 6, but the cards are like 4 by, or what are they, 4 and a, let me get my magic ruler here. The cards are 6 1/4 by 4 1/4. So they're just a 1/4 inch bigger. So they're like, 4 by 6. And then what I'll do is, just like I did before, so see, even though she went out beyond this, she's still within the card. And then same with the tree. Now, if you're going to hand this to somebody, then I would not trim the tree, palm tree. I would just leave it if you're going to hand this to somebody, because it looks adorable. But I want it to fit in the envelope for mailing, so I'm simply just going to turn it over and just trim by using the edge of the card as my guide. And that one has that little bit of a dimensional there. And you still know it's, a palm tree, but now it's just, outside of the card, so it totally fits. We also have on our sticker sheets, we have a ball. And I am going to trim this a little smaller so it doesn't have that white border around it. I mean, you can have a little white border, but I don't want a big white border. So I'm just going to trim. So we're going to have a ball on here. And it also has a really cute little sand castle. So we're going to put our little ball. And I'm going to glue it right to the card. The sand castle, I am going to make it be in front of the ball, so I'm going to put it with dimensionals. So I'm just going to do that. Take that sticky off it. Okay. See, now it won't even stick to my finger hardly to pull out of there. Okay, and then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to trim and trim a little bit. So cute. Now some of these are on the other scrapbook. Like I know we have a ball on the DSP pages, and I'm pretty sure we have a castle as well, sand castle. And actually, I'm going to go right up. There we go. Get that white edge off the bottom. All right, and then, I'm going to put that on. So now my castle will be in front of my ball. And I could have popped the ball too, but it's fine being right there on the mat. So now we have our cute little sand castle. Isn't that fun? And then what greeting do we want to put on this one? We have, how about, I have this. This is part of that sticker sheet. That looks cute, right? All right. But of course, I want to pop it up too. And then we have one more card. I am going to do this envelope. I thought it would be fun today to do something a little different. All right, maybe make you think about a different way to use these scrapbook kits. Maybe you got them as well. Maybe you're trying to decide about that virtual scrapbooking day. It's coming up in July. All right. I'm going to put it at an angle. Put that little palm tree over it. Isn't that cute? That looks cute. All right, now this envelope, I have my envelopes off to the side. This paper comes from the scrapbook kit. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to get my green tip glue that I forgot to put the lid on. My fingers are all like with that powder. All right, so I'm going to put my green tip glue. And then this one's going to have a cloud. And then I'm just going to, whoops, hang on a second. I'm getting my glue everywhere. All right, so I'm just going to put drop my paper on there. And then I'll trim just like I did with the other one. So this one I trimmed it at like 2.5 inches. So it could have been probably 2 1/4. Like if you're going somewhere and you're gonna take your stuff already, you would want to trim it, 2 1/4 by 6.5 or whatever. Your envelope's a little bit bigger, so just make sure you have enough, sticking out so you can glue it. Because if I go somewhere, I like to have more stuff done because I get to gabbing, and if I have to design something, forget it. It's not going to get done. All right, so now this looks really cute, right? Because you've got your cloud up here, and now my envelope matches that. Super cute. All right, and then we have one more, and this one is super fun. So this is kind of that, like they're at the park, right? So this one makes me want to use this guy here because he would look cute. So doesn't he look like, he's bird watching in the park? I think he is fun. All right, so I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to take the sticky stuff off because I want to trim him down as well. Now I can't remember this. There might be one of these guys on the DSP because some of these the stickers are on the DSP and some are not. Some are like just for the DSP, but this one is jogging my memory, like I think he is on the DSP because I think I used him. I just remember this little guy. Now, I don't believe that on the DSP, I don't believe he has this, the bush behind him. I think he's just standing by himself, but I do remember like a little bird, he's like bird watching and the bird is like right there. So, but I don't believe it has the bush. So they embellished, you know, added a little bit more to the ones on the sticker sheets. And they added a few more designs on the DSP on the scrapbook kit. So definitely, you know, take a look at, you know, the regular DSP pack, and then, you know, take a look at the scrapbook kit. Even if you're not a fan of the turtles, the paper is adorable. So you don't have to get the stamp set, by no means. You can see I have not used the turtle stamp set at all today. I'm just using the designer series paper and the scrapbook kits, and I just grabbed a couple stamp sets that I had on my desk here. Okay. Okay. And I just keep throwing everything on the floor. All right, so we have our little guy. So he's going to be, I'm trying to think if I want his legs, because you know he has legs. So if I have him be over here a little bit, in front of that. Where do I want to put it? I think I'll put his legs, but I'm going to have this be off. I'm going to have that be off a little bit. So I'm just cutting that white edge off of my bush. So we'll put him on with dimensionals. And then there's some really cute little birds on the paper as well. Okay. Okay. And then we have these, there's a little red bird, there's a little yellow bird. Let's see how sticky he is to my scissors. Let me get the sticky off him, because he's sticking to my scissors a little bit. So we have a yellow one, and we have a red one. And then we also have some binoculars, but I'm going to put the binoculars on the inside of the card. And then what saying will we have? What saying? Little yellow bird, and then we've got a cute little red bird. It also has these cute little balloons, which I could have put on the birthday card. Let's see it. Put our little birds over here eating. Okay, we'll put those on with dimensionals. Then I need to figure out what saying I want. I'm like looking on my stamp sets that I have out. Put this guy up here. I just think it's so funny that he's looking for birds and there's one right there on his binoculars. Okay. All right, let's see here. What greetings do we have? We have, how about hello? Oh, there's miss you. That's fun, right? That would be fun too. All right, I'm just gonna, oh. Okay, and let's see, what do I have? Do I have anything small in my little handy dandy container here? So hopefully you do this too. Oh, look at how fun this would be. See, don't throw anything away. So I have a little cloud. Wouldn't that be cute up there with a little hello? Let me make sure that this is good and inked. That is so cute. That is adorable. Okay. Back in my little container, and a lot of times I'll do that if I am doing die cutting for class. I'll figure out what sizes I need, and then I'll do them all at one time. Like I'll put a sheet on there, and then I'll do like my circles and my squares and my whatever, so I can run multiples of different sizes through the machine in one go, and it just saves a little bit while I'm doing the classes. But sometimes I will go, oh, I have a space there, right? Like I could put another die on there for another time, and then I'll just grab one, you know, that's smaller, or maybe that I know, like, oh, okay, I use this size a lot, and then I'll just stick it on there. Even if I don't need it for that class, I might need it down the road, and then I just, you know, sit them in that container, and then when I'm, you know, ready to do a class, I'm like, oh, I need so many, you know, circles. I'm like, oh, I have 10 already made over here. So work smarter, not harder, right? And otherwise, sometimes that paper would just get wasted, right? If I've got this big a piece of paper, you know, sometimes I keep it, sometimes I don't. But if I put a little shape on there, then it's good. All right, so now I just have to figure out where I'm going to put it. So I think I'm going to put it over here. I'm going to pop that up as well. So cute. Hello. And I'm going to take a journaling marker. All right, so we had these little journaling markers. And I'm going to get my little Miss You. And this is perfect for this because I'm just going to go hello. So I'm going to go hello, and then I'm going to go little dot, dot, dot. So that kind of tells me, okay, I'm going to say something else. And then I'm going to go dot, dot, dot. And then I'm going to stamp miss you. I so apologize. It's gotten so long. Oh my gosh, Diana. All right. So miss you. But I like doing stuff with you because I feel like, you know, you're right here with me. All right. So I'm going to go miss you. And then we have these cute glasses, little, whatchamacallit, and I'm going to put them right in there, like that. And I think that is so cute. And then I would do the same thing. I would put, you know, some more, but you don't need to see me do that because the video's already gone too long. But I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put some clouds on the back of my envelope. I am going to trim that off so it doesn't get caught in the envelope. So here's the cute cards that I just kind of threw together today in the little envelopes. And hopefully, you know, this will make you look at the DSPs differently, maybe the scrapbook kits, and just go, oh, you know, you don't have to be a scrapbooker, and you can make some really cute cards. All right, so let me say, see you later, alligator. So yeah, that took a little longer, I apologize. But they're so cute, and I love playing around with these kids, because they have different things. Now, so I used almost this whole sheet. So see, there's those balloons. So I could have did more, and then here's that cute little guy. He could have been on there too. So I have like more of these scenes, you know, and I totally could make more, or I could save those for you know, when I do my scrapbooking. All right, so I'm going to stop blabbing. Have a great weekend. I will see you Monday for my Mimeograph Monday with a Twist. That will be at 3 o'clock, Arizona time, same channel. I will see you then. Bye for now.